Good morning, everybody. Great to see you. Welcome to the May ACL Regional, brought to you by Motor City Cornhole. My name is Jason from What a Bag Cornhole, and we're going to be bringing you live cornhole action all day long. We're going to start here on Court 1. We are in doubles, and we are doing rounders today. So let's take a look at what we have here on board one so far, and we don't have a scoreboard up yet, but we're going to make sure we get you one of those here in just a second. Otherwise, how's everybody doing this morning? It is an early one here on a Saturday morning for a regional. Kind of missed those days when regionals were on Sunday mornings and I didn't have to get up so early on a Saturday, but here we are putting in the work, getting up early just to bring you guys some live cornhole action here all day long. We're going to do 4 rounds of rounders here in doubles, and then we're going to split into at least 2 brackets, maybe 3. Ooh, my drink lady brings me my ginger ale. Thank you very much. And we are ready to go. I don't have a scoreboard up, so I can tell you who 2 of these players are, but I don't know who the other 2 are. We're going to have to take a look here and see what we can't figure out here. Why is this not working? All right, let's take a look. Find Court 1. That is going to be Bernard Petaway and Lorando Ellis against tall guy and the OG himself, Mike Jacquez. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you're out there watching, give me a shout in the chat here. Let me know how it looks, how it sounds. I can't tell from my end. All I know is what I'm putting out. I'm just hoping it sounds and looks as good to you as it does here. And still nothing on the scoreboard action, but that's okay. We're going to bring you live scoring here as we go. All right, we're going to start down here on the right side. Oh, wait a minute. I think we might have our scoreboard back. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. Nope, I got one for Court 3. Keep an eye on that one. We'll see if we can bring a Court 1 score here in just a few minutes. As tall guy there on the left, so tall he barely fits on the screen. We are on a good run here on our live stream. 3+ years of no tall guy on the live stream, and then because we switched over to rounders, now we're lucky enough to see most of him on the screen. All right, well, hey, there's a score, Court 2 score. We got Court 3 score. We're still waiting to get an update on Court 1 score. Here's Tall Guy and Mikey up 2-0 early in this one. And it looks like they're going to pick up a couple more there. And let's see, here we go. Let's see if we can get you some Court 1 action right there. This is not updated yet, but that is going to be Bernard Petaway there on the right, playing next to tall guy Pat Moore. This is like the 3rd regional row that I've seen faces I've never seen here before, so I absolutely love seeing that. I haven't seen these guys here. I have not seen Bernard or Lorenda. I'm going to have to ask him how to make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Lorenda Ellis is going to be down here at the other end shooting against Mikey Jacques. There we go. We got a scoreboard now. Let's see if we can adjust it here, get it in screen for you. And now we know they are up 4-0. And again, that is Lorenda down here on the left in that black, white, and silver swag bag cornhole jersey. On the right, of course, the OG Mike himself in his Kill Shots t-shirt. He was, and this is how OG this guy is. He was a legend when we first started playing cornhole. Slinging Sack saying good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Watching over on YouTube. Once again, do me a favor, just make sure you let me know in the chat how everything looks, how everything sounds. It looks and sounds good from this end, but I got to make sure you guys are getting the best experience you can out there. If you can't be here to watch, this is the next best thing, is Tall guy misses that one left. And Bernard trying to take advantage and get themselves on the board. Tall guy in for his fourth. Bernard looking to get on the board. He does. He picks up 2. And, ooh, this ACL app is running slow this morning. Jade Ambrosio says everything is good on here. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Love you guys checking in. Thank you for watching. Jay, I'm assuming you're working this morning if you're not up here on a Saturday. There we go. Oh, everything's running a little slow this morning. I talked to Zach about that. No more of these early morning Saturdays. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes getting up early on a Saturday. I mean, at least on a Sunday, you're used to getting up early, but instead of going to church, you come to this church and you throw some bags. As once again, if you're just tuning in, we are going to be doing 4 rounds of rounders. Is now Mikey and Pat up 15-2. Our scoreboard's still not updating properly, but we're going to keep you informed here. That's what we do. There we go, 15-2 now. Oh, great get around there from Bernard, leaving Pat's bag in front. Pat's going to clean it up. But Bernard still has one off to the left there. If Pat can go in here. No, he leaves it off to the left, too. But then Bernard off the side. It's going to be 3 more for Tall Guy and Mike. You're right, Jay. At work, and you couldn't find a partner. Sundays are way better. That's my feeling on it. I'm glad you feel the same way. Yes, and for only the second time ever, Jacob Hill, Hilly, where are you at today? Only for the second time ever is Tall Guy on the live stream. Had him banned successfully for many, many years. Unfortunately, with rounders, there's nothing we can do to keep him off. Missing that last bag off to the left. And it looks like that is going to do it. Tall Guy and Mike taking down Bernard and Lorenda. We're going to have another game for you right after this. You guys stick and stay. We'll be you know what? No, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere right now. We're going to come over here, and we're going to tell you a little bit about where we're at today. Because most of our regionals, hang on, we got Tall Guy coming into the booth. He wants to give a little update. We're going to do a little post-game interview. No. Yeah, come on, have a seat. Let's do a little post-game interview. You and Mikey threw really well. Nope. No, he doesn't want to do it. He's standing here. He's 3 feet from the mic. He's going to save it for later. Wait till he gets a few drinks in him. Then you want to see him on mic later. But, yeah, so last month, if you guys were watching, we were out at a wonderful place called One Eye Jack's. This month we are back to what has been essentially the home for ACL regionals here for Motor City Cornhole at the Ultimate Sports Center and Redemption Bar. It is a great venue for not just cornhole. They just opened up a brand new game room over there where they got pool and darts, and they're going to have a little pop shot basketball, full bar and food. They got karaoke on Friday and Saturday nights. I think they do it one night during the week as well. You can see this huge room you're looking at right there. Plenty of space for cornhole and a lot of fun. Great people. This is where we're at today. This is where our regionals have been almost all year. And if you have not had a chance to make it out here, you really should take the time on a Friday or Saturday night to come out. Place is really easy to find, right in Roseville, Michigan, right at the corner of Little Mac and Masonic. And if you're wondering what happens on a Friday or Saturday night, well, Friday, Uncensored Cornhole and Motor City Cornhole are up here on Fridays. Bags fly at 7. It's a 4-game switch into a bracket. If they get enough people, they split it into an upper and a lower bracket. That's on Friday nights. And then Uncensored Saturdays up here again with Motor City Cornhole for Saturday night cornhole at the Ultimate Sports Center. Again, doors at 6, bags fly at 7. If you want your chance to come out here and play at this great venue where all of these huge, I'm looking around, there's some huge names here today. Some ACL pros, some prospects, some really, really good shooters, some great backyard players. I mean, we run the whole gamut here at the regionals. And yeah, this is where you want to come and play. So come on up here on a Friday or a Saturday night as we get another game up here on board 1. Looks like we got Chase White and Bryce Ott versus Dean Van Slambrook and John Unger. Chase made it here just under the wire this morning. Romeo hopping in the chat and saying hello. Hello to you, sir. How are you guys doing today? Chase, because last month we had our regional out at One-Eyed Jack's. Chase must have just assumed it was going to be out there again. On a Saturday morning, he drove out to One-Eyed and had to turn around and come all the way back down to Roseville once he found out that we weren't out there this morning. So Jim made it just under the wire to get here for round one of Rounders, and we get to see him and Bryce Ott, who has been playing really, really strong, really hot cornhole lately. This kid has been on fire. We're going to see them up against John and Dean. Romeo wants to know what happened to Chase's hair. My guess is it looks like maybe a bad decision. I don't know. Is he going to military school with that haircut? I'm not sure. But, no, Chase did get a haircut. Went with a little cleanup action on top, keeping it short, keeping it tight. Took me a second to realize it was him, though. But that blue ACL Pro jersey makes it unmistakable to know who that guy is down there shooting next to John as we finish up the down and backs here, and then we're going to get this one going. Romeo says he likes it. You like that high and tight. I'm a big fan of the even higher and even tighter. I don't know if you guys have seen me lately. Nothing on top. Just the way I like it. I think they might be doing another down and back here because, again, Chase just came in, tires screeching around the corner, slamming on the brakes to get here just in time. So they didn't have to forfeit their first game of Rounders. We get another visit in the booth from Cameo.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent, excellent. Nope, I'm good. I got my drinks. We're ready to go.
Awesome.
All right, looks like this one is ready to get underway. We're going to start down here on the left side. There is the bag spin. There's the knuckles, and we're ready to go. Bryce there on the left, Dean on the right. You guys tell me down in the chat who do you think's got this one. Are Dean and John going to be able to pull it off against Bryce and Chase? Or are Bryce and Chase going to walk away with this one? An early opportunity to score here from Dean right away in the first round. Back block there from Bryce. Trying to make it difficult for Dean. He's going to roll bag. Gets up and over. What a bag from him. But he ends up taking one of Bryce's with him. Can Bryce get around that? No, ends up putting it right back where the last one Dean knocked in was. Sitting 7-on-6 right now. Dean with the last bag. He's going up and he hits the airmail. What a bag from Dean. Let's take a look at our uncensored cornhole replay as Dean rolls it up and over, ends up taking Bryce's bag with him. Quick 4 points for Dean and John early. You got to wonder if you want a chance to take Chase out early. And again, this is only Rounders. It's not bracket play, so it's not that big of a deal. But fresh out of the car after driving to the wrong spot, he might be a little flustered this morning. Attack him early. And that's exactly what John's doing, putting the first 4 bags in. Jason going in for a 10, giving up 2 more. Paul White, Chase's dad, watching at home. How you doing, sir? Wish you were here watching in person. I know you like to do that, but I'm glad we can bring you Chase's games even though you're not able to be here. Bryce missing that one off to the left, not out of play. Dean goes right and too far right, trying to collect over there. And a little too far left there for Bryce. Kind of back and forth with these guys here. Bryce has that bag hanging in the hole. This Dean trying to get in around it. No, bunches up with it. Ooh, everybody just, their cuts just aren't cutting this morning. I heard earlier everybody talking around the board saying the boards were playing a little fast this morning as that one bunches up. Everything just sitting there all crunched together. Bryce tried to just sit, ended up coming down a little too hard, knocking some in. That's going to be a no. Is that 2 more? For Dean and John. I'm sorry, 4 more. Ooh. And, ooh, look who just showed up. the rest of the Whatabag crew. We got Lucas in the house here. I'm guessing Mom is not far behind. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Hi. Thank you. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, there she is. There's Miss Whatabag herself. I said, there's Miss Whatabag herself. Coming on up and hanging out on a regional day. Not every regional we get to have her here all day with us, but she is here with us all day. Today's Chase goes up for the airmail collect. Gets the airmail, but not the collect. First points of the game, though, for him and Bryce, and they needed that down 10-0 here. Normally when we do these things, we don't, well, the Rounders are a fairly new phenomenon for Motor City Cornhole in their regionals. In all the years I've been doing their games, there have not been a lot of Rounders, mostly in the last few months. We have the space, we have the time, so that's why we love to do it. The other reason I love to do it is because, well, you'll see just about everybody on the board right now here all day long. What a bag from Dean to clean everything up front there. You know, this Rounders gives us an opportunity to get people who we normally don't see on the live stream a chance to get on camera and have some fun. Ooh, couldn't finish up, though, but let's take another look at another uncensored replay from Dean as he goes and cleans all of that up in front, and the bag in his hand falls, too. What a bag from him. Brandon checking in from Brandon High School. They named a high school after you, dude? I know you were a good guy, but I don't think you deserved a high school named after you. My guess is, let me guess, girls softball this morning would be my guess. Ooh, look at that. I got breakfast brought to me and everything. How lucky am I? Luckiest guy in the room. I get to watch all these great cornhole players all day long, and I get breakfast brought to me. John, ooh, misses that one off left. And is that going to be 5 more for Chase and Bryce? Down 10-0. They've gone now on a 9-0 run. Don't let Chase get hot. That's all I've got to say. Yes, I was right, Brandon. High school softball tournament. How are the girls doing now? It's what, 10:30 now? So they've got to be on, what, their 3rd or 4th game of the day? Well, they start that stuff early, don't they? Right at sunrise. Both players now bag off to the right. Bryce goes in with his 3rd. Dean using that pile on the right to bounce off and go in. Bryce in for a 10. Can Dean match? Or are we going to see a lead change? No, good bag from Dean. Gets it in there. First game at 11, and then either 1 or 3. Then home to watch the Stones. Like the Rolling Stones? What the what? Okay, Brian, you're going to have to explain that one to me. Ooh, John misses down. You see the upset with himself as he misses that one too far left, and Chase takes it right off with him. Still Chase sitting 7-on-2 right now. That's going to end up being a 9-on-5 for 4. That is your lead change now. Bryce and Chase up 13-10. Going on a 13-0 run here. Pistons. Okay, I get it. Watching the Pistons tonight. You know, so and you know, it's not that I'm an old man, but I just don't. I don't watch basketball. Not the biggest fan of the basketball. Back in, I remember the Bad Boys, 89, 90. I remember, but I was too young. I didn't really watch those guys a lot. And then in 04, when they won again, you know, the going to work Pistons, I only watched them pretty much just in the playoffs. I couldn't tell you other than I think one guy's name. Oh, great bag there from Bryce to clean up the front. Dean got to go into match at 8s, and he gets it. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, other than I think Cade is I think the only name on the Pistons right now that I know. And I just don't watch them. Been getting way too into baseball lately, so much so that these guys are just slowly but surely every night breaking my heart. If you can give up on the lead one more time to Kansas City in the 8th inning, I'd really appreciate it, guys. Absolutely killing me last night out at Kauffman Stadium. Oof. Chase going for the and one, hits the airmail, gets a piece of the bag, but not enough to knock it off. He's going to go rounders. They're not taking this too seriously, and he still picks up a point as John Unger misses that last bag just off to the left. And we have the little man joining us in the booth. He's going to play producer today. Lucas, just a few months away from turning 11. Might be one of the youngest producers out there. But we got him here today pushing buttons and moving cameras and trying to make everything look good for you guys at home. Bryce in that bag on the back is moving and moving and moving. And Dean got to be careful here. You don't knock it off. It does stay going to be 4 more for Chase and Bryce. Sitting now on 18, just one missed bag off the board away from taking the first game of rounders for them, and that one is not helping the case any for John Unger as he pushes that one hanging there like Stallone in Cliffhanger, just on the edge of the board with his fingertips gripping on as it's moving every time that next bag hits the board. Is it going to stay up? Is it going to fall? Ooh, it doesn't quite matter at this point if Chase can clean this up. That is going to be game. And, of course, Chase can clean it up. Just Chase doing Chase things at another ACL regional. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Chase White and Bryce A take down Dean and John here in rounders. We're going to have another game of rounders for you in just a little bit. I know we have to get through any games that are still playing right now in the first round of rounders before we can get into round 2. We are going to do 4 rounds, so stick around. We're going to have a lot of great cornhole action once we're done with rounders. Going to get right into the bracket. And look, there's one game we're still waiting on. Looks like Alyssa and Lindsay playing Joe and Mark over on board 3. I'm sorry, that's court 8. Court 8, and that one has just started, so it's going to be a few minutes. So stick and stay, and we'll be sticking right here with you for a few minutes because first I want to tell you where we're at today. Again, I mentioned this earlier. We're going to do it again. We're going to keep hitting this all day because if you guys have not checked out the Ultimate Sports Center at Redemption Bar, then you need to make sure you get up here. This place is great. They just opened up a brand new game room where they got their pool tables in there and dartboards. They're going to have some pop shot basketball in there. They have a huge jumbotron made of like 50-inch TVs hanging from the wall. We're going to get some pictures and post them for you guys. It looks amazing. But you can see that beautiful room there on your screen where they play cornhole here all the time, every Friday and Saturday night, as well as I believe they were doing a league here during the week. I'm not sure if that's going to continue now that it's warmed up. We may move outside. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but come check this place out in Roseville, right at the corner of Little Mac and Masonic. You do not want to miss this. And we're going to have another one. Looks like we got Zayn and Autumn versus Jack McKinney and Jace Fleischer coming up next here on board 1. We'll be right back after this. All right, everybody, we're back. Here we are, board one action. Autumn and Zayn versus Jack and Jace. And this should be a fun one. We have, God, just all the talent in the world right here on board one right now. As Zayn and Autumn, Zayn and Autumn up 3-0 early in this one. Ooh, a little frog in my throat. Give me a second. Let me have some water. Oh, and just like that, a 3-0 lead for Zayn, and Autumn goes to a 4-3 deficit now as Jack and Jace going at it down here at this end on the left there. That is Jack McKinney. On the right in the hat, and his ACL Pro jersey is Zayn Croats. And this should be a good one. But again, this is just rounders, so maybe not taking it as seriously as they would in the bracket, but we're going to see how it goes here as Zayn looking to give up 4 there, back-to-back 4s for Jack and Jace. Paul White saying sounding great today. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you checking in with us. And down at this end there on the left, Autumn Bushman in on the right. Jace, Fleischer, both wearing their ACL Pro Bush's best jerseys. Looking good, representing the state of Michigan. Oh, what a bag from Jace to clean that up. Autumn gets 3 rounds in a row. They're giving up 4s. 12 points in 3 rounds. We have a Johnny Boy sighting. Johnny Boy in the house today. We'll tell you a little bit about him in between this game and the next one. Big step out from Zayn there. Ends up kicking too far left. Doesn't get the collect and just bounces off. Jack with a good cut bag. Sitting right in the hole now. Zayn, gets up and around. I thought he was going to leave that bag there for Jack to clean up himself, but it ends up falling, and Jack in for a 12. Zayn going in here to only give up 2, and he does that for the first time in quite a few rounds. It's only 2 and not a 4. It is now Jack and Jace on a 14-0 run here in the last 5 rounds. Both players the bag off to the right, but Jace is hanging there in the hole. How aggressive does he get going after it? That's how aggressive. Without hesitation. Next bag going up to get it. He's going to try for it again here in his 4th. Ooh, that one a little short. Ends up bouncing off the back end for the first time in a while. Autumn and Zayn going to pick up a couple of points there. Looking up 3. Let's see if Zayn can take advantage of having that first bag. As he pushes that one off to the right. Hanging up there on the top right corner of the board. Meanwhile, Jack, like a machine down here, just keeps putting bags in the hole. Is that bag going to fall? Is it going to fall? Is it going to fall? There it goes. Jack's going to knock it in and pick up 2 more. Just kept creeping and creeping and creeping. Didn't take much to put that one in as Jace misses his first bag off to the left. Great getter effort on there from Jace to manage getting in the hole and not taking Autumn's bag with him. Then Autumn misses a little right there herself. Last bag to go in for a wash. 10-10. Send it back down the other way. I would like just for one game in my cornhole career to have the repeatability and the spin and accuracy of somebody like Jack McKinney. Just one time in my entire cornhole career, that's what I would like. He makes it look so easy. He's got a little bit of a step out here. He's looking to cut this right to left, just like that. What a bag from Jack McKinney. Zayn, slow side, going for the collect. Oh, I think he tried to roll over, ends up sitting too far left. Big opportunity here for Jack as he goes in. Now Zayn has to be in here. Cannot afford this bag not in the hole. He does put it in. That's going to be 4 more, taking Jack and Jace up to 20. And again, this is just rounders. This is not bracket play. A win or a loss here, while it does matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to seeding, is not the end of the world. As Autumn is playing like it is, as she just cleans up the front of the hole there with that bag. And then goes in for the 12-12 wash. Great round there from both players. Zayn and Autumn down to their last mistake now. Cannot afford anything but bags in the hole. And that is a big help there, because players like Jack and Jace, they don't miss often. When they do, you have to take advantage. And it's the same thing really on the other end for Zayn and Autumn. All of these players, great. But there's days when Jack and Jace are just on another level. It seems like they're playing a completely different game than the rest of us. There's Jack in for the 10, and the most frustrated look on any man I've ever seen who throws a 10 in cornhole. And then Zayn follows him for another wash. Ryan Broad hopping into the chat from across the room saying Brandon Zoll sucks at cornhole. Go watch softball. Brandon only sucks at cornhole because he's too busy watching softball. He doesn't have time to come out and play as much as the rest of these guys. But I'll tell you what, you give that man a month of nothing but time to play cornhole, and he will beat just about everybody in this room. And I would put my bank account on that. And that one is going to do it there to finish off. Autumn and Zayn getting taken down by Jack and Jace. We'll be back with some more live cornhole action right after this. Stick and stay. We're going to be right back with you. All right, we are back. May ACL Regional brought to you by Motor City Cornhole. Once again, my name is Jason from What a Bag Cornhole, bringing you live cornhole action all day long as we keep going here in rounders. We have now Josh, Paige, and Bobby Thornton against the Abners, Barry and Brendan. We're going to start down here on the right side there. On the right with his face covered up as he steps out. That is Josh Paige in the team swag jersey, and there in on the left in the blue and purple, or blue, purple, and black. A lot of great colors going on in that jersey is Brendan Abner. That's his youth cornhole organization jersey. As we get the scoring kicked off there as Josh Paige picks up the first point of the game down here on the left in that camo clutch cornhole jersey. Throwing the bag right there is Bobby Thornton. And then next to him, of course, Barry Abner. A little father and son action going on here as Bobby throws that one off the left side of the board. Barry just pouring bags in the hole. Bobby now finishes with a 9. Barry looking to pick up 3. Ooh, and he just gets it to fall. Oh, no. I'm not even sure if that bag hit the board at all out of Josh's hand. He knew it was left. Brendan helping him out, putting one off the back. You can see the frustration in his reaction as he let that one go. He knew it was too strong. And now we are just playing a little monkey see, monkey do here. As one goes off, the other goes off. One goes right, the other goes right. One goes in. Oh, no, Josh off the back, waving goodbye to that one as it sails off the back of the board, giving up 3 more. Rob Yo hopping in the chat. Good morning to you, sir. How are you, my friend? What do you got going on this lovely Saturday morning that we don't get to have you down here in the booth calling games with us today? Bobby goes off the back but takes Barry's bag with him, trying to really limit the damage. He's got 2 of them now sitting on the back of the board. How aggressive does he get? Does he go up after that one? I think he tried. That's going to be a 9 on 3, 6 more for Barry and Brendan. Up 12-1, just 4 rounds heading into round 5 now. Here's Johnny Boy coming in his olive drab green getup today with the Brotherhood Cornhole jersey. And let me see what does that hat say on the back? Oh, it's his ACL camo ACL hat. He knows how to dress for the occasion. You might not be able to see him with his camouflage, but you can trust me when I tell you it says ACL. Brendan puts that one off the side rail. And then Josh, these guys just keep following each other. Josh pushes that one off the back of the board. Big step out for Josh, looking for that left to right cut. Ends up sitting right behind Brendan's bag. Brendan now going for the roll up and over, and he gets it. What a bag from Brendan Abner. As Josh sits behind, let's take another look at that roll bag in our uncensored cornhole replay. As Josh sits behind Brendan's bag here, you're going to see Brendan grip and throw that roll bag, and he's going to get up and over to pick up points. Oh, where are we going? We're going right there. Both players now with the bag off the back. Actually, no, both players with 2 bags off the back now. There's one in the hole finally. All right, got those last couple in there. Robbio said, had a meeting with a bride and a groom. Free for the rest of the day. Well, I've got an open chair right here and an open microphone. If you want to come down and join us, call some games. Our friend Rob Yo from Yo's Cornhole, we'll tell you a little bit about him a little later in the broadcast. One of our great sponsors here, helps bring you this live broadcast every regional so far this year. We're going to keep going through the rest of the ACL season. Couldn't do it without our friends over at Yo's Cornhole, as well as on the screen right now you see our friends over at Uncensored Cornhole. Teaming up with us here at What a Bag and Motor City Cornhole to bring you all of these great cornhole action at every regional so far this year. Ooh, as Brendan misses the push, kicks too far left, but Josh is going to help him out by putting that one on the back of the board. It's going to be 2 more for Barry and Brendan. Let's see if these guys can keep bags on the board this time. They had a lot of bags off the board last time the bags were down at this end. And Barry starts it off there with 1, and Bobby's going to follow him. 1 in, 1 off now. Barry puts that one in. Bobby follows this time into the hole and not off the back of the board. It's a 9 for Barry. And, ooh, only a 7 for Bobby. 2 more for Barry and Brendan. A little shortboard action there from Brendan. Most of the misses so far today have been off the back. That's the first time we've seen one short, but I think the boards have been playing a little fast today. As you can see, that one takes off. As soon as it hits the board, it just zoomed right out of there. So I think Brendan, trying to compensate for that, ends up leaving his first bag short. He's going to step out, go fast side here. Tries to collect, ends up almost kicking it off the back of the board. Is that going to be a 7-on-3, 4 points for Josh and Bobby, and boy, did they need that. Down 17-1, now 17-5, getting that first bag back. Oh, Rob says, don't tease me with a good time, brother. I don't tease, I am all in. Bobby throws that one off the side of the board. Now Bobby with a bag missing off to the left. Ooh, had a chance there for Barry to finish this one off if he's able to put both of the last bags in. He missed the first one, missed the second one, and ends up giving up a point. Bobby with a bag off the bag and still picking up a point that round. Good bag there from Brendan. I think he wanted to go up and over and leave it there, but ends up dragging it in with him. So not a bad miss. If you're going to miss, that's what you're going to want to do. Looking for another roll bag here from Brendan. Oh, he double clutches. Didn't like the way that felt in his hand. Wanted to take a little bit more of a step out. Going for the cut more than the roll, and it doesn't cut. Ends up off the back, and what a collect from Josh Paige. Picking up 3, now 18-8. It's not over yet as Bobby starts this one off with a bag off to the right. Had a lot of bags off, and there's another one off there, and that could do it. 2 bags in the hole here for Barry, and that could end it. There is one. This one in. Barry and Brendan up on 20. All he had to do was go in, ends up knocking that one off the back instead, giving Josh and Bobby just a little bit of hope. Of course, you know what they say, it's the hope that kills you. You can tell the boards are playing fast. Josh's bag, that one not so bad, but his first one came down and just took off. Hit that board and just moving fast. Missing that one off to the left just a little bit. Can Brendan get around it? No, ends up off the left side of the board. Now Josh getting aggressive here, going out for the collect. Gets it. What a bag from Josh Paige. As we head back down to the other side here, now 20-11. Bobby now off the back with that one. If Barry can just keep bags on the board here, that should do it with his second one in. His third one in, and that is going to do it right there. There's absolutely nothing short of some sort of miracle that's going to keep Bobby and Josh in this game. That is going to do it. The Abner's taking down Josh Paige and Bobby Thornton. While he's sitting here next to me, let me tell you a little bit about my boy Johnny from Johnny Boy Productions. If you need anything from videography to photography, editing, go ahead and reach out to Johnny from Johnny Boy Productions. He is the best in the business. You can find him on Facebook at Johnny Boy Productions. Boy, some of the pictures that he takes, and he was just telling me not that long ago he's been working on some new settings on his camera, trying to get some really crisp, clear photos, especially in cornhole. There's a lot of motion. It's always hard to capture that in a single frame. But he's been able to get the bag in the air with spin on it just to look beautiful. He does amazing work. He really does. Go check him out, Johnny Boy Productions on Facebook. Check out some of his work. And anything you need taken, any photos you need taken, reach out to this guy. Graduation photos. He'll do weddings. He'll do bar mitzvahs. He'll do christenings. He'll do anything you want to take pictures of. He'll do some adult photos for you. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, he's got no problem with that either. This guy will shoot anything. Reach out, Johnny Boy Productions on Facebook, and we're going to have another game for you right after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. right, everybody, we are back. May ACL Regional from Motor City Cornhole. How you doing, guys? My name is Jason from White and Bryce Cornhole. Going to be bringing you live cornhole action all day long here from Court 1 at the Ultimate Sports Center and Redemption Bar as we get another game underway here. Get our camera back over there. We have future brothers-in-law, Lucas Piper and Alex Hawkins, versus David Brown and Gavin Cook. Another great matchup of some great players here on board one. Looks like we're going to get started down here on the left side. There's the bag spin. There's the knuckles. We're ready to go. Gavin Cook there on the left in his ACL Pro jersey. On the right in his Michigan State Champion jersey, Lucas Piper. This game, of course, brought to you by our friends over at Yo's Cornhole. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook at Yo's Cornhole and at their website, yoscornhole.com. And we're not going to, I didn't have time to put a little, excuse me, I should say earlier this year for the Big Freeze Under the Bridge up in Port Huron, the whole weekend takeover. We went up there and we rocked cornhole all weekend long. They have just announced the dates for next January's Big Freeze Under the Bridge. Rob, if you're still watching, why don't you hop in the comments and throw those dates down there. I will have some more information for you at our next regional. Give you all of the information so you can start planning now for next January. You do not want to miss it. 4 days, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all weekend full of corn. I say 4, I think we went up there Thursday, so 4 days for us working behind the scenes, 3 days for all the great cornhole action. We were there live for every bag that was thrown in competition last year. We are going to do the same thing again coming up next January on the What a Bag broadcast court 1 up there at the Blue Water Convention Center. As David Brown and Gavin Cook going up 4-0 early in this one. Still in rounders, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check, but I believe this is the third round of rounders. We are going to do 4 rounds and then get into bracket play. Once we get into bracket play, it's going to be tier 1 for the rest of the way here in doubles. And once doubles is finished up, we're going to close this broadcast out. Ooh, what a bag from Gavin Cook rolling up over the pile. And then once doubles is done, we're going to shut down. We're going to start another stream up and get right into Tier 1 singles as Gavin tries to roll up and over again. Ends up sitting on top of the pile. Let's see how Lucas handles this. He goes roll as well, and he gets it up and over to limit the damage and only give up 2 that round. Yeah, but you got to make sure if you missed it last year, don't miss it again this year. The Big Freeze Under the Bridge, they are going to have everything right there on site in one spot. You got your hotel, you got your convention center, you got restaurants, you got a bar, you got everything you need. You never have to. You could wear your slippers. I wore my slippers all weekend. Never walked outside from the time I got there Thursday to the time we left late Sunday night. Never had to walk outside. And when it's in the middle of winter in Michigan, that is a blessing, not having to walk outside all weekend long. All of your needs catered to right there under one roof. And all thanks to our friends over at Yo's Cornhole. They did such a great job last year. I think it was, in numbers-wise, I think, I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that was the biggest turnout in Cornhole all year long in 2025. And we're looking, so I'm sorry, yeah, if you include all of 2025, because it was 2026, it was in January. But you take the entire previous year, then it was the biggest cornhole event in the entire state. And we're looking to make it even bigger this year. So if you're out there watching, if you're out there listening, you need to make sure that you take part next year. And Rob said it was late Sunday. It was very late Sunday. And on top of being late Sunday, Kelly had gotten a flat tire on Friday when she came up. So we had to drive home about it would normally be about a 45 minutes to an hour drive. She was on a donut driving through a snowstorm, taking surface streets, so she didn't have to get on the expressway following me all the way down. It turned like about a 45-minute to an hour drive into about a 2-hour drive. So just an interesting finish to a wonderful weekend. And Rob in the comments saying he couldn't do it without his amazing team that he had. And hey, nobody's going to argue with that. We are just glad that you allowed us to be a small part of it here at What a Bag Cornhole. We had such a great time up there and cannot wait to do it again. And meanwhile, here in this one, David Brown and Gavin Cook up 10-0 in this one, heading into round 6. Not saying that I'm surprised. I didn't see this big of a deficit coming this early in this one. But you can see the frustration on Lucas' face there as that bag did not do what he wanted it to. I think he wanted it closer up on those, as Gavin's going to go up and collect them all. What a bag from Gavin Cook. Lucas, a great collect as well. Boy, these guys are out here shooting fire today. Let's take a look at that airmail collect from Gavin Cook. He takes a second, asks to go up. His partner says, oh, yeah, you're going up. And he goes up and gets them all. What a bag from him. Come down here. And again, and I don't always do the best job. I assume if you guys are watching this, you know who these guys are. So make sure I'll let you know on the left there in his Youth Cornhole Organization jersey. That is Alex Hawkins. He misses that one off left. And on the right, tries to get around it, ends up hanging on the back of the hole. That one is going to fall. David's not going to have to do much to get that bag to fall in the back here. He just goes in normally. Oh, he tries to, but it ends up hopping over the hole, and that could hit the board and just bounced right up over top. Bad luck for David Brown, but good luck for Alex Hawkins and Lucas Piper picking up their first points of the game. Lucas trying to roll up and over, ends up sitting on top of Gavin's bag. Gavin, I think, went to sit behind there. Came in a little hot, ended up bouncing off to the right. Lucas going up this time, rings out of the hole, just barely missing that airmail. Gavin goes up and over, doesn't get it to fall, but does sit on top of the pile again. Lucas, just everything just piled up in front here. How does Gavin want to attack it? Does he want to go roll? He's asking his partner down at the other end what he wants him to do. He's asking what side of the hole do you want him to aim for? I think he's looking left side of the hole here. He goes up. Ooh, ends up knocking one of his in. The bag in his hand off the back, but still going to pick up a point, give David Brown first bag back. Alex going for the block, but does not get it high enough up on the board. Ends up too far left, although it works because it forces David Brown to the right, but might be out of reach for Alex as he knocks a little further away there. I don't think he's going to be able to get that. He's going to try again, though, staying on that fast side. Gets a piece of it, moves it, spins it just a little closer. David gets in around without touching it. This is going to be an amazing shot if he can manage to collect this. Oh, they tent up. They don't go, and ends up giving up 2 more to David. And Gavin. Oh, hit the wrong button. Hang on. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Let's see if we can update our score. It is actually 18-2 now. Not 15-2. There we go. That's a little better. Lucas has to be careful here. Goes in. That's a 10-10 wash. Alex again, that seems to be where he's missing so far that we've noticed in this one, is there off left. In the last round he tried to put a blocker up there, ended up a little shorter than he wanted, a little too far left. I think that bag's just kicking a little too much on him on the slow side. He switches over to the fast side, goes right in. David gets a piece of his and moves it closer. He's trying to inch that bag on the back end. He doesn't want to have to go up after it unless he has to. He asks, and Gavin tells him, go up and get it. Don't just let it sit back there. Ooh, comes in a little hot. Tried to go a little Stephen Ochoa line drive airmail there. Ends up off the back of the board. But with that miss from Alex, still going to pick up one. Now 19-2. Let's see if Gavin can close it out here. Starts with a good block right in Lucas's path. Lucas is just going to clear it up. No point playing around here. Just get the bags in the hole. Oh, and that's the miss that Lucas was hoping for. Gavin goes in for a 10. Lucas looking to pick up a couple of points here. Ooh, misses to the right. You can see him pissed off at himself, not happy with the way that round ended. And it's going to stay at 19-2. We have some board adjustment here, making sure they look good. Pressing it down into that fake turf. Well, it's real turf. It's fake grass. The artificial surface they have here on the ground at the Ultimate Sports Center. Alex again missing that one just a little to the left. Good positioning as far as depth on the board, but he wanted that more in front. Although every time he pushes that to the left, it seems like David's a little too far right. David has one off the back of the board now. Two of them off the back of the board. Playing a little loose here, up 19-2 and only in rounders. That bag just not seeming to cut the way that David wants it to. It'll be a 9-on-4. It's going to be 5 for Lucas and Alex. Lucas now missing that one way too far right. That's going to be out of play for him. Unless Gavin somehow brings it back into play for him, which I don't see happening. So now Gavin just 3 more bags in the hole, and that's going to do it for this one. That one is going to fall. Now he only needs one of these last 2 in with that one on the board. That's going to do it right there. Barring a miracle shot here. No, Lucas misses that one just too far right, and Gavin and David taking down Lucas and Alex here on board 1. We're going to have more cornhole action here in just a few minutes. Looks like we got a couple other games finishing up in round 2 of round with you. right, we're back. Sorry that took a little extra long. Just hanging out like a sleeve of a wizard over here. BSing behind the scenes as we're waiting for our next game here in Rounders. I told you guys when we finished off the last game that was the second round of Rounders. Turns out I was a little behind the times. That was the third round of Rounders, which means these next game or two is going to be it for Rounders here on board one. Then we're going to get into the bracket. Looks like they're going to split it up into two. A Tier 1 and a Tier 2 bracket. We are going to bring you Tier 1 throughout doubles until we crown ourselves the May ACL Regional Champion. Looks like we got Chase and Bryce back up here on board one. Let me see if I can find out who they're playing. Let me reload our scoreboard here. And we're going to take a look at who is playing where. Court 1. Ooh, look at this matchup. Mike Jackson, Tall Guy versus Chase. Don't see Tall Guy anywhere in the room yet. He must be out at the bar having another shot. It's usually where you can find him if he's not on the boards. So while we are waiting for him, one more time, let me tell you about where we are at today. The Ultimate Sports Center at Redemption Bar. You got to come check this place out. If you love playing cornhole, you want a great indoor venue where it's a little bit of a competitive atmosphere, but mostly a fun and relaxed and having fun atmosphere. This is the place to be. Big, beautiful room to throw cornhole in there. You see it right there on your screen. We don't have any pictures of it yet because they just opened it up. They just opened up a brand new game room with pool tables and dartboards and all. They got a giant Jumbotron made up of 4 50-inch TVs hanging from the ceiling. It's absolutely wonderful. You got to come check this place out on the weekends to come play some cornhole. Located right on the corner of Little Mac and Masonic in Roseville. Right there, 31950 Little Mac in Roseville. And you're thinking, well, what do they do up there for cornhole? What if I want to go up there and play? Well, you can come up on a Friday night to Redemption Fridays. Bags fly at 7, doors at 6. Johnny Boy coming up and giving me a little peck on the cheek. I love that man right there. Redemption Fridays, doors at 6, bags fly at 7. Uncensored Cornhole and Motor City Cornhole bringing you that event. That is normally a switch into a bracket. If they have enough players, it'll be 2 brackets. That's on Friday nights, and then again on Saturdays is Saturday Night Cornhole again. Michigan Cornhole, I'm sorry, Motor City Cornhole and Uncensored Cornhole bringing you that Saturday Night Cornhole. Doors at 6, bags fly at 7. And this is going to be going every Saturday night. You can come on up and hang out and play some cornhole. Meanwhile, let's get back into this one here as we have Tall Guy back on the boards. There he is. There's the backspin and the knuckles. We're going to start down here on the right side. In case you were wondering which one of those, they're both tall guys. But the Tall Guy is there on the left in the pink. And on the right in his ACL Pro jersey is another younger, almost as tall guy in Chase White. And let me fix the scoreboard as we are joined in the booth now by my beautiful wife here.
Aw.
Don't get to have you out at all these regionals all the time, so when we do, we really enjoy it. Give you a chance to hop on the mic and talk a little bit about what's going on here at the regional.
Lots of people. Surprisingly, lots of people. It's beautiful outside.
It is, but I think you're going to see, we might see some numbers fall off a little later in the afternoon when it comes to singles. But, ooh, great bag there from Bryce going up and over his own blocker. But it's still going to be a good day. We got the sun shining through these giant windows over here to our left. We got great cornhole action here on board one. And you sitting next to me, it doesn't get much better than this. Oh, Josh Sanchez saying good morning. Love y'all. Yeah, we love you too, Josh. Wish we saw you a little bit more. How are things down in Ohio, my friend? Rob Ioana, who let that guy on here. Listen, it's not my call. I kept Tall Guy off of this live stream for 3 years.
I was on twice in one day.
Twice in one day. He's on 2 out of the last 3 broadcasts we've done. We've had his head just barely fitting up there. If he was throwing on the right side where Chase is, you'd only see his chin as he throws that one off the back of the board. Oh, that's nice, Josh. It's going great. He says just trying to enjoy the day with the daughter. I absolutely love to hear that. Well, hello to both of you. Thank you for tuning in, if only for a little bit. Go have a good day with the youngin'. Let me switch the camera up. Here is Jace and Bryce up now 7-0 in this one. Last round of rounders. After this, we're going to split up into 2 brackets and go into bracket play. Tall guy fighting and fighting and fighting, trying to make what is a rare appearance in Tier 1 for him. Chase trying to help him out there, putting that first bag off to the right, but ooh, that was took a weird bounce on the tall guy there. Ended up hanging on the right side of the board, not out of play by any means. He can get moved a little closer there. He's going to have to go up and get it if he wants it. And now is the opportunity because Chase with 2 bags off to the right. Ooh, he didn't go up. He just decided to go in, try to catch a piece of it. Didn't get enough. But they are on the board. Ooh, Mikey not helping the case any, putting that one off the back of the board. As my co-host is thoroughly engrossed in her game of Monopoly Go.
Hey, leave me alone. At least I'm not double fisting it today.
No, that's why she doesn't have. We used to have cell phones. She doesn't have a cell phone anymore. Now she just has a little Monopoly and a big Monopoly, and her cell phone and her iPad.
That is correct.
Which Monopoly is she playing? Sometimes both at the same time. Oh, I changed the camera too soon. Bryce tried to go over the airmail, ended up knocking in one of Mike's bags. Too distracted by your distractions now.
See? Because it never fails when we have an all day of Saturday busyness. By the time I'm Sunday, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to check Monopoly.
Yeah, well, hey, now's the time to check it when we're live. I love it.
Not that bad. Except distracting you.
Oh, you guys may have just seen the first drink order placed live on a Waterbag live stream as Pat turned around talking to the waitress there as she walked back behind him in the middle of a round, asked her for another drink.
Oh, ah.
We're making history here on the live stream, folks.
It's early still, isn't it? Oh, it's afternoon, right?
Close enough. Ooh, it's Chase.
Oh, it's only 11:30.
Just catches the backside of the hole there. Let's see. I don't know how nothing else fell in our uncensored replay. Just enough room in the back of the hole there for Chase to go up and he hit it. That was just a beautiful shot. Oh, where are we going? There we are. Ooh, Mike went up to collect, ends up taking the bag in his hand and one of them on the board off the back, and that's going to put Chase and Bryce up 17-4 now as the music goes quiet in the room. Deathly silent, waiting for this next round. Oh, here it comes. There's the music back.
I love how we're listening to like club music at 11 a.m.
Yeah, well, Pat was in charge of music.
Oh.
So I'm surprised it's not just Blink 182 on a loop.
Yeah, right.
Hang on, everybody watch. This might be the first drink delivery during a live cornhole match as the waitress is coming back. Is she going right for the tall guy? There it is. Yep, she's coming up, and she's going to place that drink right there. And that is our first live order and live delivery on the live stream. Tall guy making alcoholics everywhere feel better about themselves.
Yeah, no shit. 11:30.
Ooh, that one coming up short there from Mikey. Low on the board and kind of in Bryce's lane there. No, definitely that one's in Bryce's lane. That one kicked a little too far left on him. He didn't want to leave that path for Mikey, but he did. Now he's just got to go in to get out of here with a wash. Good bag from him. Good finish. Rob Yo says he needs a drink facing Chase. Absolutely. I think everybody, if you get called up to board 1 and you're playing Chase on the live stream, they should just bring you a beer automatically. Just like, you're going to need this.
Yeah. And a shot. Here we go.
Yeah. Leaving that one a little high and right. Can Chase get in clean? Yes, he can. 2 more. Chase and Bryce putting them up on 19. Running out of time, running out of chances, running out of mistakes are Mike and Tall Guy. Bryce in for a 12. Mike looking to wash and stay in the game, and he does. What a finish from both of those players to keep this one alive. And if I'm Mike Jacques, I'm going to get that bag back down to Pat, let him finish it off down at the other end. That way I can blame him for the rest of the day.
I mean, he's going to do that anyway. I mean, which one of these don't belong?
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
We love you, Pat. We know you can do it, but...
And Chase, I'm surprised, put that block up, only needing 2 to finish off, and Pat's already got that bag off right. Didn't really think he needed that block, but don't think he has much of a roll bag. I think his only option here is the fast side around it, or he's going up. Oh, and he hits the airmail clean. What a bag from the tallest of guys. Of course, it's not really fair, because by the time he reaches his arm, he's already halfway to the next board. Let's take a look here as he keeps this game alive, going up and hitting it clean in our uncensored replay. What a bag from Tall Guy. Mikey's just content to pile those bags up in the front, make Bryce make the shot. You want it, kid, you're going to have to earn it. Hard push from him, and I think they all bunched up. I don't think anything fell.
There it goes.
Now they did. Good job from Mikey to clean up that mess in front as Bryce misses that one left, and now Mikey for 2. Ooh. Yes, sir. Now 19-9. Don't call it a comeback. This Tall Guy in with his first.
I need to just take this playlist.
Right. I think this is a Spotify playlist, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know whose it is. Good back block there from Tall Guy. Chase up and over with the collect and leaving Pat's bag in front of the hole. Pat's going to clean it up himself. Chase in for a 12-12 wash. We saw an airmail from Pat last round. This time an uncensored cornhole replay of Chase White going up and getting it. He's going to put the block up. Pat's going to back block, and here comes Chase with the airmail drag right over top of Pat's bag. What a bag from the kid. Ooh, that one caught the front of the board there from Bryce. Didn't get anywhere near as far up the board as he wanted. The one thing you don't want to do against Mike Jacques is put up a low block, because his game is 90% airmail anyway. So it doesn't take much for him to do exactly what he did there and pick up 2 more points.
Where are the Martinezes today?
You know, that's a good question. I figured we might see them today, but they haven't been here yet. They're one of the few that we normally see at these that we didn't see today, as Tall Guy throws that one off the back of the board. And barring some sort of cornhole miracle here, I think that's going to do it. Is Chase now sitting on 19. Although, no, here's the thing. If Pat goes in with his last one, Chase can only get 1 here. Nope, that's going to do it. That's had the chance in his grasp. It was right there. Talk about snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Tall Guy.
You did great, Pat.
All right, I'm going to check to see if we have another game ready to go here on board 1, if we're going to get right into bracket play. I'm going to go talk to the directors over there at the sign-up table, and we are going to find out here, and I'll bring you that information right after this. So please stick and stay. We will be right back. All right, hey guys, how you doing? Jason from Motorbike Cornhole here at Court 1 for the May Regional American Cornhole League Regional doubles right now. Logan just hopped in the chat and wanted to know if we were still in rounders. We just finished up rounders. So now we are about to get into bracket play here in just a few minutes. And I wanted to hop on real quick, tell you just be patient with us as they are splitting this into a couple of brackets. And if you guys want to see, let's see if we can get this over here. Look at these hard-working men over here at the director's table. There is Zach and Lou working on splitting everything up into the two brackets before we get into bracket play. Then it's just going to be your standard double elimination tournament for the rest of doubles. So we're going to have that for you here in just a little bit. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this beautiful facility here. Great multi-use facility. You can see there's some throwing tunnels and batting cages there in the back underneath the giant American flag. So you can come and you can rent those. You can rent the room out here. They do CrossFit and training in here. You can see all the turf down on the ground and look at all the boards over there. And we have more boards outside. And it's just a great facility to come and play and have a good time. Full bar with food. You know, it's hard to have a bar and not have food. That's kind of pointless if you ask me. But, you know, you get a place like this, you got everything you need all in one spot. You don't have to go anywhere. You can come here and hang out all day, hang out all night, and be ready to go. And we are going to have the brackets up for you in just a few minutes. So if you guys want to stick and stay, we'll be right back with you. Actually, you know what? No, let's stick with you here for a minute because I want to try something over here that I haven't done yet. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out. Let me see if I can refresh this page here. And no, it looks like we might still have one round of rounders left. Because if we come over here and we take a look at the standings, you see David Brown and Gavin Cook sitting in the #1 seed right now with a plus-minus of plus 72. Second place is Chase and Bryce, then Jack and Jace. Fourth place, Mike and Tall Guy. And they, oh no, this is just not updated because they just played and they lost, so they're 3-1. So this, let's see, is this not updating right now? I'll tell you what, I love the way that the ACL app or the Game Zone works, where you can follow along at home, but it doesn't always update properly, because I know this is not updated properly, because I know Chase and Bryce just took down Tall Guy and Mikey. So either way, this is gonna be very close to what we're looking at seed wise. And if we come down here, we got 30 teams, so it looks like we're going to split it up into 2 brackets. So your cutoff point might be right around here, anywhere from like 12 to 15, depending on if they want to, they cut it off at, because nope, still not updating, still showing Thord 1. So while we go figure that out, you guys stick and stay. We will be right back with you with some doubles bracket play right after this. right, if you guys are still out there watching, thank you for hanging out. I just got some good information from our directors here today, and it looks like it's going to be the top 15 as we take a look at the standings after rounders. So number 1 seed is going to be David Brown and Gavin Cook, followed by Chase White and Bryce Ott. Jack McKinney and Jace Fleischer in third. Still holding that 4th place spot is Mike Jacques and Tall Guy, followed by Malin De La Cruz Gigante and Charlie Van Arsdale in 5th place. In 6th, Caleb Ranker and Sean Friend. Zayn Croats and Autumn Bushman, we saw them earlier on board 1. They're in 7th place. 8th place, again, we saw them earlier, Lucas Piper and Alex Hawkins, and Scott Fleischer and Aaron Johnson. Barry Abner and Brendan Abner. In 10th at 11th is Travis Osbat and Caleb Smith. 12th, Dave Smalley and Jimmy Goodwin. 13, Maurice Chapman and Josh I can never pronounce his last name. Braggins? I'll have to have Josh over and talk to him. Skinny, we'll call him Skinny. And then Joe Bushman and Mark Smith in 14 and 15th place, rounding out what is going to be Tier 1 in doubles is going to be Cade Morton and Ryan Fisher. Now from 16 on down, these are all going to be Tier 2. Number 1 seed in Tier 2 is going to be John Saylor and Richard Amon, followed by Paul Adamski and Tim Sutherland. Then Dean and John, we saw them up on board 1 earlier. I think that was the first game of the day for us. Ryan Rod and Louis Dugas are going to follow. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. They're in 4th seed here in Tier 2 doubles. Jamie Newbecker and Robert Sutherland following them. And then Gavin, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, and Chazen. I know that. We talked to Chazen a couple of regionals ago because I had to ask him how exactly to pronounce his name because it's just one of those interesting spellings. So it's an interesting name, Chazen. And then tied with them, we're going to have Josh Paige and Bobby Thornton, followed by Neil Ott and C.R. LaFada, and then Ryan Johnson and Ryan Hewitt, the Ryans. And then we saw Bernard and LaRonda up here earlier. You can see them there, followed by Tom and Alexa Hawkins, Christine Saylor, Morgan Goodwin, Alyssa Unger, and Lindsay. And finally, rounding out Tier 2 is going to be down here, Madison Ott and Brianna. That is your Tier 2 bracket. When we come back up to the top here, you can see your top. Let's see if we can do this there. Your top 10 in Tier 1 bracket play. That is going to be your top 10. The top 15 teams all the way down to there are going to be up in the Tier 1 bracket. And we're going to bring you that bracket here in just a little bit. Tall Guy, 4th in the standings. Yes, Lisa. He actually, he said earlier, so you're going to love my partner. I said, who'd you got? He told me you got Mikey. He said, yeah, I texted him at 1:30 last night to see if he wanted to play. I said, that's taking advantage of an old man there. Texting him at 1:30 in the morning. But now that Rounders is done, they're getting the brackets together, so it's going to be just a few more minutes. If you guys want to stick and stay right there, we're going to bring you bracket play shortly. So please hang out with us. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling with us for a little bit. Let me go. Oh, this is the one I want to get to. Right there, it's the camera. There's Lucas. There's Kelly. Everybody say hi behind the table here at the Whatabag live stream booth. And we just got word brackets are out. We ran down earlier who was going to be in each bracket. Now let's take a look at the bracket itself. As with the number 1 seed, David and Gavin getting that bye into the second round. The first matchup here on court 1 is going to be Lucas and Alex versus Scott Fleischer and Aaron Johnson. Over on court 2, we're going to get Maya and Charlie versus Smalley and Jippy. Court 3, Tall Guy and Maurice. I'm sorry, Mike and Tall Guy versus Maurice and Skinny. Ooh, let's see who else we got. Jack and Jace on court 4. Another Caleb Smith. Zayn Croats and Autumn Bushman against the Abners. I think that's actually a game we saw in Rounders earlier. And then Chase and Bryce taking on Cade and Ryan. And we are going to bring you all the action here on court 1 all the way through until we can crown ourselves a champion as we take a look here at, here we go. This is what I want to do. Let's take a little bit of a further look out. As you can see, the entire bracket there. That's what we're going to be working with until we crown ourselves a champion here on board 1. Meanwhile, let's get that camera back where it belongs because we have, it looks like our teams up here on board 1 doing their down and back, and we're going to get right into this one. So stick and stay. We'll be right back. All right, we're getting right into this one here. Let's get our scoreboard over to board 1. Scott Fleischer and Aaron Johnson versus future brothers-in-law Lucas Piper and Alex Hawkins. And it looks like Lucas and Alex are going to take the early lead in this one. Tier 1 doubles. We're going to be here all afternoon until we have F it up. I'll tell him that, but I don't know if he can follow through. But Lisa's got her money on Mike and Tall Guy taking down doubles today. Who do you guys think is going to win? Give us your predictions out there. As it looks like, we're getting a little laggy here. Let's see if we can fix this. So we want to make sure we bring you some high-quality cornhole action here. Yep, it's going to be a little laggy, a little choppy here for a second, but I think we're going to get through it. As we head down to this side, that is Scott Fleischer there on the left in his red, and Lucas Piper there on the right in the black and red Michigan State champion cornhole jersey. And now that we are in bracket play, these games are going to mean a little bit more. We're still in the first round here. Everybody starts out up in the winner bracket. Question is, who is going to be the first one down in the elimination bracket? As, Scott goes for the back block, but kicked a little too far left on him. Now Lucas going to go at this hard. No, he's going to go up and over. Gets the roll to drop, and he's going to pick up 2 there. as we are getting a little choppy here. Let me see if I have something I can do about this here real quick. Sorry, we're trying to work through it. Not everything's perfect all the time. We try to bring you the best that we can here, but sometimes we get a little choppy. Actually, that doesn't look too bad there on screen. Do not want to find yourself in a position to be down in the elimination bracket this early. Neither one of these teams do, because the heavy hitters in this bracket, it's just going to be one battle after another. All of the great players here today. Ooh, just like that, Luke is rolling up over the top. You do not want to end up down in the elimination bracket this early. Scott trying to decide how he wants to attack this. Big step out from him. He is going fast side. He's going to go hard at it. Gets the two bags in front, leaves the one he threw, but it's still collectible there on the right side as Lucas comes up short. Ooh, not happy with himself. Is he almost running into somebody behind him? Very animated. Can Scott get it? Yes, he can. What a bag from Scott Fleischer. Let's take a look at that one more time in our uncensored cornhole replay. Oh, no, that one didn't save. That's back a couple of games ago. We don't want that one. Well, let's come back over here now. As Aaron there on the right against Alex on the left. Aaron and Scott up 8-4 now. Aaron going airmail, ends up bouncing off of Alex's bag and off the back of the board. Big opportunity for at least 5 here from Alex if he can get this clean up in front. Ends up replacing it. Beautiful bag. Still got one left to clean up there. Trying to force Aaron into another bad shot. Is he going to go up one more time? Or is he going to stay? Looks like he is staying fast side. Might just try to go through here. That's what he did. Now Alex in for 5 and the lead. There it is. Great shot from him. Good finish. Lucas blocker who forces Scott a little too far left. Now Lucas is going to use both of those bags. He's got 2 of them now tented up there on the left. Can he get those to fall? Ooh, Lucas is going to help him out, knocking one of them in. How aggressive does Scott want to get going after that one hanging there on the back left of the hole? He tries to bully Lucas's bag out of the way there. Lucas content just to go in here for the 10 to see if Scott wants to go up after this. He's flipping over to the side. Decides to go at it hard and ends up too far left and off the back. 3 more for Lucas and Alex. Both players short. Alex gonna roll over top. Gets it to sit there. I don't think Aaron's gonna be able to get in without that one falling with him. He is gonna stick slow side though. Looking for that left to right cut. Ends up plugging up the front of the hole. Alex is gonna stick slow side. I think you might see another roll. Got to be careful here. You don't want these bags to bunch up in the hole. And that's exactly what happens. I don't know if anything is going to fall now. Lucas tells him just try to put it on the pile. not necessarily in front, but just on the pile. Ends up a little farther left. There's still a bit of a path there for Aaron if he wants to go down and take a look at it. Let's see if we can see what they're looking at. You see he's right in the way there. Up the middle there, he might be able to get something to fall, but it would be very difficult because if you can see Alex's bag all the way on the left is tucked up under. So it's not going to be easy for him to get all those to fall. He's going to have to come at it a little hard and bounce off the back of the board. Alex and Lucas now up 13-8. Good bag there from Scott. I thought he might have gotten around Lucas's bag, but he did drag it in with him. Lucas would have cleaned it up anyway, but ooh, Scott coming in hard on his fourth bag, a little too fast and off the back. 3 more now, 16-8. Lucas and Alex over Scott and Aaron. As I'm looking around here, I see a few games already finished here in the upper bracket. Take a look and see who beat who here right after this one. Bounced off Alex's bag and managed to get it to fall. Now Alex one left, one right, one bag left. Up 16-8. You got a little bit of room to work with here. Do you really want to get aggressive and go up after that and risk missing, or are you just going to go in? And he just decides to just go in. Worst comes to worst, you give up 4. Cross your fingers, he comes up short. You only give up 2. And that's exactly what happened. Scott with the first bag. Now he's been shooting the lights out so far in this one. Let's see if we can't take a look at our PPRs here. Oh, you can't. You just can't see it. All right, we'll have to adjust that. But Lucas Piper throwing a 10-2. And Alex an 8-2 versus Scott's 8-8. Oh, where is it? There it is. Scott's 8-8 and his partner's 8-4. So you can see most of the scoring coming from Lucas's end, throwing that 10-2. Heading in now to round 12 is a big round there from Scott, bringing the game within 1. I know we can do that better. We're going to try again next game. I'm going to see if I can. I know exactly what I need to do to show you guys all that stuff. I just hit the wrong button. Didn't want to take you out of the action of the game as both players now with the bag off to the left. And so far what we've seen in rounders and here in bracket play, that if Alex is going to miss, that's where he's usually going to miss, is off to the left there. Now a big step out here from Aaron. He's going fast side. He's going after those, going to split those bags and collect his. What a bag. He gets it. Let's see if for some reason our replay didn't capture one last time. Let's see if we got this one. After this round, we run into a little technical difficulty here, but hey, it wouldn't be a regional without a little bit of technical difficulty. Aaron misses his last one, and oh, what a bag from Alex. He's able to collect that. Let's take a look. If our uncensored cornhole replay is working. Okay, well, looks like we are a replay behind. All right, well, we're going to have to work on that some more. As Scott starting this round off in the hole, Luke is going to follow. Ooh, Scott came up a little short. I think that bag actually clipped the front of the board as it was coming down, just like that, only that one didn't make it up at all. Lucas for 5 and the game, and that's going to do it. First game here in bracket play goes to Lucas Piper and Alex Hawkins. Let's take a look now at our bracket as we got some games finishing up here. All right, you can see Lucas and Scott just finished there. Let me see if I can refresh this page, get a little more up to date, because we know Lucas and Alex just took down Scott and Aaron, and they may not have submitted that yet, but it looks like there it is. Lucas and Alex are going to be going on to play David Brown and Gavin Cook. It looks like Mike and Tall Guy won their game. They're going to go on to play. As it stands right now, Maya and Charlie, that game was on court 2. That looks like it is finished now. Yep, Maya and Charlie won that one. They're going to go on to play Mike and Tall Guy. Jack McKinney and Jace Fleischer beat Joe Bushman and Mark Smith. So they are waiting for the winner of court 4. And then court 1, we're going to have Chase White and Bryce Ott versus Cade Morton and Ryan Fisher. And we're going to bring you that one here on board 1 in just a few minutes. So make sure you stick around as we have more live cornhole coming up right after this.